Hello all. I know I haven't made a video in 4 weeks. There's a reason for that. The effect may exist or may not exist. It's not the point, really. But we do have our memories. So, last month, 3 months before that, I came up with this idea that maybe if there was a way I could trick the effect into thinking I went back to sleep. And to do that, I kind of had to, I let the old consciousness, I guess if I can call it, and the subconscious finally mix together instead of kind of fighting it. And if you let it mix all the way together, you end up going back to sleep. Like the people from this timeline. Y'all probably thinking, no, it doesn't happen. But it does. That is what's going to happen. If people don't fight the mixture of the old consciousness and the new consciousness, subconscious, from mixing them together and becoming, I guess, a new person, I guess, or a new, I don't know what you want to call it, new personality, or the mixture of both these combined together, we would end up like the people from this reality. I just came up with the idea. It's like I wanted to see what happened. What would happen if I stopped fighting it? And that's what happens. You end up going back to sleep. I'm not saying the people who don't fight it, let it combine, are exactly like the people from this reality, because they're not. But still, you end up going back to sleep. And that's what happened. Kinda. I let it think that that is what I was doing. Because I wanted answers. You know? And I figure if I could trick it, it would let go a little bit. You know? It would ease up. It would not so much pay attention to what I was doing. Oh, I spent days trying to figure out how to make this video. I just have a way where I let it do it, but I was still on the edge. Very, very edge of being awake still. You know, it's like I'm not going to explain it. It's just something I can do. Oh my god. I should have took more time to figure this how I'm going to put this. So, I had to do it really quick because I just had the idea and I didn't want that's the effect. I didn't want to catch on to what I was going to do, so I came up with the idea and I said, crap, if I'm doing this I gotta do it real quick. So last 3 weeks of last month, slowly letting the old memories and the subconscious mix together, and found out that it puts you back to sleep because you start just not paying attention to nothing anymore. You don't really care about the effect anymore. And if you don't care about it, you're not going to do the research, and it just kind of like fades away from being anything at all. Like I said, but I was like on the edge. I could tell what was happening to myself. I could tell what was going on, but it's like in a way I had to. Uh, oh man, how do I explain this? There's a way I could. With my disorder, when it was taken away, deleted, whatever you want to call it. Never mind. So, I let it completely take over the part that I kind of let it have, with still being, it's like being in a movie theater and sitting way in the back and letting the rest of the seats fill up. Basically, what I did, I was way in the back watching the effect fill in the area that I gave it, but didn't fight it, didn't let it know what I was doing either. And I did this for like 3 weeks for this last month. I'm telling you guys all right now, do not let the old memories and the new subconscious, or whatever it is, completely mix together, blend it, becoming whatever it makes you, the way you are going to be when you wake up. Or if you awake now. Or if you're not really thinking it's a big deal, but you can tell how you're different here and there, Don't tell me you don't, because you do. You can tell that your mind is changing a little bit here and there, and like I said before in all the rest of the videos, your dislikes and likes and stuff. Unless you really want to go back to sleep and you don't want to pay attention to anything, you don't care anymore, then let it. This is for everybody else. Because don't do it. I had so much trouble trying to figure out how to make this video because everybody has their own questions and answers they're looking for and their own path. I don't want to sidetrack anybody from the path they're on. I really don't. I don't want my answers to interfere with the answers you're trying to find. Something weird happened to me about in 2012. I was at work. I went outside to have a smoke. This cigar-shaped thingamabobber, it looked like a ship. It came north, and then it curved east. And the whole thing lasted about... I sat there and watched it for like 10 or 12 minutes. There was other people who saw it, but they couldn't figure it out what it was either, and they didn't register. Their minds almost blew it off. But I sat there and watched it. It was a cigar-shaped ship. It was all silver with one black stripe in front of it. So the black stripe was like right around here, and it just came up and then. But it wasn't going fast. It was going really slow. You would say it was a blimp. But no, it was too thin to be a blimp. It didn't have anything sticking out of it. It was a cigar-shaped ship, and then that was in 2012. But last month, about the third week I was into this, I was watching, I was at work, and I was just on my break, and I was looking at the sky, and I was watching some, chicken hawks, or vultures. I don't think they have vultures around here, though. Probably huge chicken hawks. And I was watching one, and another one came up, and they were circling in the sky. And they went from like over here to over here, and they just started circling, you know? I like these birds. So I was watching them. And I just kept watching them. I was like, that's kind of cool. Big birds. And then I looked through the circle they were making, and way past them was a white circular ship. I mean, it was far off in the distance, but not far enough to where I couldn't see it. And I'm just sitting there looking at it going, what the hell? Because I could tell it was all white, and I could tell it was circular, you know? And it was going north. And it was like, yeah, it was far away. I had my glasses on, I could see it though. It's like, you could, if you looked at it, anybody who looked at it could tell it was white, and anybody could tell it was circular. And it's just like, it didn't mess me up or anything. It just, oh man, it was messed up. And I didn't let it affect a part of it, of the space that I gave the effect, because I didn't want to let, I was hoping I was still fooling it. But I looked at it, but I didn't let it register to mess up the experiment I was doing on myself, I guess. Didn't have anybody else to use as a guinea pig, so I used myself. So the whole 3 weeks, it took about maybe like a week and a half to 2 weeks for, I guess, the whole space to fill in. And I could tell that it's like it didn't, the effect didn't really matter anymore. It's like, and it's like, if I was on Facebook and I saw a picture, it was like, whatever, you know. Or if someone brought a post up about it, it's like, it made me not care about it. It didn't maybe really do any research. It didn't make me want to do research about it. It didn't make me do anything about it. But it's like, I thought it was supposed to be good if you become somebody. It would make you better, a better person, if your old consciousness and your new subconscious and this reality mixed together. I figured it would be good to make somebody better, you know? It's like, it could, but it puts you back to sleep. It's like, yeah, this is not good. You probably don't believe me. You guys probably think I'm crazy. That's fine. You know, because this is my experiment. This is something I went through. This is something I let happen to me. Because I wanted to catch it off guard. And so, this is the 4th. And so, last weekend, I figured it was time to find out if my experiment worked. So, I took the space that I gave it, my brain, I guess, I don't know what you want to call it, the space I gave it to fill it all in, I wiped it all out. And I just kept yelling in my head to wake up, and I knew it was working because I started seeing the bouncers in my trailer park again, the shadows that bounces from trailer to trailer. Before, I really didn't pay attention to them. It didn't matter anymore, so I didn't really see them. But then I started seeing them again, and I knew that by yelling in my head that it was working. And this probably took a good 20 minutes or so for my for me to play leapfrog, I guess, to move back up to the front of the roll until it wiped out everything that it was trying to do. I can't explain how I do this. It's just something I can do, you know? But I'm telling you guys now, do not let it mix together, because you will end up going back to sleep. I know I said it 3 times now, I think. Just don't do it. I caught off guard, okay? I caught off guard twice. It didn't expect me to do it. It didn't expect me to trick it, you know? It didn't expect me to figure out how to trick it. It didn't expect me to know how to give it space to do what it want and then turn around and totally wipe it out. I know. It sounds weird. I couldn't figure out for the last 4 or 5 days if I should make this video. I don't know if my answers will mess up yours, you know? I don't know if I tell you something, if it'll mess up your journey, you know? I was thinking, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about it. I'm just gonna tell my story and then not say anything about what I saw. That's not really fair to you guys, though. Because what if I say something and it helps you guys, you know? In somehow, some way. I have nothing to lose. I really don't. So yes. It believed me that I fell back to sleep. It believed me that I didn't care anymore. Everything was going with what I wanted to happen. It happened. It doesn't really matter if people believe me or not. I saw what I saw, okay? I accepted it as the answer, I guess, that I was looking for. Because I caught off guard. Okay. Oh, crap. Alright. So, this is like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm standing outside my driveway. I'm looking across, 30 yards away from me. I'm just looking at the sky. It's a really nice sky. Cloudy. And between 2 branches, picture a line, a box, alright? Probably the size of a 40-inch TV. Picture it as a panel on a wall. The black line was around this panel in the sky, in the air. It wasn't in the sky, it was in the air, about 30 feet away from me, 30 yards, which is 30 or 40 yards, say, because I'm thinking of a football field, so 30 or 40 yards away. Maybe closer. Maybe 25 yards. It was about, let's just say 25 feet away. Probably the same thing, right? Yeah. Whatever. And first I noticed the black lines around the box. And then I noticed it was blurry or glitching inside the box. And I stood there and I looked at it for a good 4 to 6 minutes, I think was. And I'm sitting there fully awake because I totally shocked myself out of that falling back to sleep crap. And I don't think it expected me to see that at all. And I saw the black line making the box, and I looked in the box, and it was it was blurry in the box, but it was like a digital bunch of smaller boxes inside, like a digital screen getting all fuzzy digital kind of thing, you know? And I knew it right there when I saw it. I just stood there going, oh, crap. I had another cigarette looking at this box, right? And I'm sitting there going, out of all the stuff that I've read, people have been talking about, there's just no way in hell this box should be there. I should not be seeing the effect this box is doing. You know, I should not. And then it's like, oh man. And then it just kind of disappeared, like it corrected a glitch, I guess you want to say it. That was the first thing. The second thing I saw came out like an hour and 25 minutes later. We're back outside, have a smoke. So I'm opening the door, open the screen door, and I was walking out, I looked at my car. My car is facing me, the front is facing me right here, right? That's it, headlights are right here, and this is the back of the car. The back of the car on this side, okay, I'll go this way, was folding back into itself like a fan. Like it was recreating itself to be there when I come outside. It was a good 5 to 6 inches this way, but the blades of the fan on top of it was a good 3 or 4 inches this way, so it must have covered at least a foot of the ceiling at the back of my car being folded back into place like a fan. I had to recreate my vehicle before I went back outside, but I didn't give it enough time. So the roof of my car that's supposed to be there and be like this, right? But the back of it, a good going from here to here, at least a foot of it was in the air like a fan, and then it went back in place. We're like, I can't make a fan. It's like that, something like that. And that whole I think it was like lasted about 6-7 seconds. But it felt like it was in slow motion. And I stood there for I don't know how long, and it recreated my car and was putting my car back together. The car I drive to the store, the car I drive to work, the car my kids are in sometimes. And with both of these instances, I did not want to believe that we're ever in a simulation. Okay? The thought of that just seems so stupid to me. You know? How could we be in a simulation? It didn't expect me to wake back up. It didn't expect me to see that. It didn't expect nothing. But I saw these two glitches. And I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed to know what I saw. Yes, my mind could have been playing with me. But they seem too real to me. And these, I got my answer. And that is why this is probably going to be my last video. and a Mandela Effect. Because I'm not going back to sleep ever again. I don't know who did it. I don't care why they did it. I really don't. But to know how everything is happening when, if it is a simulation, it explains so much. Yeah. You can all think that I'm crazy. That's fine. But I'm basically done with it. I found out what I wanted to know. I mean, I found out, like, I'm like 85% sure that none of this crap is real. Does it tick me off? Not really. Oh, believe me, I'm not. My brain's wide awake and I'm not going back to sleep. But there's a thought there's nothing here. There ain't nothing we can do about it, really. I want to say thank you to everybody who watched my videos. I would make more, but I just don't have any reason. My topics are basically blowing up. It's not about who did it or why anymore. It's about just getting through it now. Don't let it mix together. Be who you are right now and keep your eyes open. I don't think it's ever going to be done with us. Well, I better let you guys go. Do appreciate it, though. I had fun on my journey. I didn't think I'd get the answers I got, but I did. I hope you guys get your answers too. Y'all take care and be careful. I know I will. I'll see you guys later. You take care.